Hi students, this is AJ sir. Let's study 10th standard ICSE Math, Chapter 10A, Arithmetic Progression. Consider the arithmetic progression 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. We can predict the next number. What will it be? 15. There's a certain pattern to this sequence. We know that the difference between the two terms is 2. So this way we can even predict the 50th term in this sequence. So the first term of the sequence is called A. So A is equal to 5 out here. And the difference D is 2. Let's take this one. It's in the decreasing order. The first term is 18, so that's A. And the difference is 16 minus 18, that is minus 2. Don't forget the negative sign because it's in decreasing order. So think about what will be the 7th term. It will be 6. Similarly, look at this sequence. Minus 20, minus 24, minus 28. The first term is minus 20 and the difference is minus 24 minus minus 20. That will become plus. So minus 24 plus 20 is minus 4 is the difference. Now there is a formula using which we can predict what is going to be the 50th term or the 100th term or the 1000th term. That is definitely more convenient than literally counting it up till the 1000th term. Save our time if we learn this formula. The nth term, which is the 100th term or the 50th term, is equal to the first term plus n minus 1. So that means if you are calculating the 50th term, that will be 50 minus 1, 49 out here, into the difference. The difference, I already told you how to find the difference. It's the second term minus the first term. Notice that the difference is always the same between the pairs of terms. So it will be 2, difference of 2, difference of 2, difference of 2. Then only we can predict the future numbers. So now let's start with exercise 10A. Cancel question 1 entirely. Question 2. The nth term of a sequence is 2n minus 3. Find the 15th term. Since they have already given a formula, we need not use the usual formula. We'll use this one. So 15th term, that means just substitute n as 15 and get the answer. So nth term they have said is this. So the 15th term, just substitute n as 15 and get the answer. Next, the fourth sum. Find the 24th term of the sequence. Now in this sequence, I can see that the first term is 12 and the difference is minus 2. So once we have the A and the D, we can use the formula. We know the nth term formula is this. They want the 24th term. So substitute A as 12. N is 24, so 24 minus 1 becomes 23. And D is minus 2. So if you solve it, we get the 24th term. Yes, you can try it. 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0, minus 2, minus 4. Go on till the 24th term. I bet it's minus 34. Check it for yourself. Similarly, the sixth sum, they want the 100th term. So this is the sequence. Actually, even without the formula, I feel the answer will be 100 root 3. Because it's 1 root 3, 2 root 3, 3 root 3. Fourth term will be 4 root 3. So I think it will be 100 root 3, the 100th term. But we have to use a formula in this sum. So the first term is root 3. The difference is root 3. Yeah, it's like 2x minus x is x. Similarly, 2 root 3 minus root 3 is root 3. 1 root 3. Use the formula. Substitute the values of A, N and D. And indeed, we get the answer as 100 root 3. Next, let's do the 8th sum. Is 402 a term of the sequence? Or will it be missed? Like what if the terms are 400 and then 405 and so on? So 402 won't be a term in the sequence. How can we be sure about it? We can't just manually go on adding 5 and reach 400 and then check if it falls on 402. Instead, let's use a formula. Now we know that in this sequence, the first term A is 8 and the difference is 5. And let 402 be the nth term of the sequence. Let's assume that it is the nth term. Now we know the formula is Tn is equal to this. And the nth term is given as 402. A's value we know. And D's value also we know. The only thing missing is the value of n. We don't know which term is 402. Is it the 15th term? Is it the 27th term? Or the 30th term in the sequence? We don't know. So we'll calculate this and get the value of n. So 8 becomes minus 8, that's 394. Then 5 goes down, division. Now I can clearly see that the value of n is going to be a decimal number. I cannot reduce it further. But how is it possible? How can I have the 46.5th term? That doesn't make any sense. So if we get the value of n, which is not belonging to natural numbers, that means our assumption was wrong. 402 is not a part of the sequence. It cannot be the nth term at all. And that's how we prove it. It's not a term in the AP. If it was 395, then we can reduce it. Minus 1 will become plus 1. We get a natural number answer. And then we can say, yes, indeed, it is a part of the sequence. And we can even predict which term is it. Now in the 10th sum, cancel Roman number 1. Let's do Roman number 2. They've given a sequence and they've asked till 1.1, how many terms are there in the entire sequence? It's not going on till infinity. It's stopping at 1.1. So how many terms are there totally? So again, we'll use the same formula. First term is 0.5. Difference is 0.03. Be careful with the calculation. Let 1.1 be the nth term, which is the last term. Now we know this is the formula for the nth term, and the nth term is given to us in this case. It's 1.1. We know A also, and we know D as well. So when we solve this, we can find the value of n, and that comes out to be 21. That means 1.1 is the 21st term in the sequence. That means in this sequence, how many terms are there totally? 21. Next, cancel the 12th sum. We'll do the 11th one, which is similar to the 10.2. Which term of the AP is 52? Well, I'm reckoning that 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, and so on. And we can get the 52 number. But which term is it? Let's not do it manually. Let's use the formula. Same method. Find the value of A and D. Let 52 be the nth term. So the nth term is 52. A's value and D's value is known, but n's value is not known. So we solve it and I get the answer as 18. So 52 is the 18th term in the sequence. Now the 16th sum. 15th sum is cancelled. Find the 31st term of an AP whose 10th term is 38 and 16th term is 74. So here we don't know the first term. The sequence is not given. That's okay. The 10th term and the 16th term is given. So let's use that information. The 10th term is 38 and the 16th term is 74. Let's use a formula. This is the formula. Here I don't know the value of A and D, but at least I know the value of n. N is 10 here. So it will be A plus 9D is equal to 38. I got one equation. And I have two unknown variables, A and D. You can skip to this step directly. You should know that 10th term means A plus 9D. 16th term means A plus 15D. Now you know how. And that is 74. So I got two equations in two variables A and D. Solve them simultaneously, get the value of D, substitute and get the value of A. And now that you have A and D, you can find the 31st term, which is what they have asked us to find. A is minus 16, N is 31, and on solving, we get the answer as 164. That means the 31st term is 164. Next, the 18th sum. An AP consists of 60 terms. The first and the last term are given. And again they've asked for the 31st term. Why this affinity for the 31st sum? Maybe the writer's lucky number. So the first term they've said is 7. So A is 7 obviously, first term. And the 60th term they said is 125. Well, 60th term, so use the nth term formula. Here I know A is 7. 60th term, so it will be 59D. D's value we don't know, but it's 125. So I can solve this and get the value of D. And once I have A and D, I can solve any sum. So now they want the 31st term. Substitute the values of A and D. N is 31, of course. So it will become 31D. 31 minus 1D. And the 31st term comes out to be 67. Now in the 19th sum, the sum of the 4th and the 8th term is 24. And the sum of the 6th and the 10th term is 34. Find the first 3 terms of the AP. I guess again we will have two equations in A and D, and we'll solve them simultaneously to get A and D, and then we can get the first 3 terms. Did that strike you? See here. It's given in the question that the 4th term plus the 8th term is 24. Now, 4th term is nothing but A plus 3D. Do you agree with this? By now you should be able to write it directly. I'm not going to write N minus 1D. 8th term is nothing but A plus 7D. And the sum of those is 24. So I get an equation. Number 1. Similarly, they have said 6th term plus 10th term is 34. So 6th term is A plus 5D and 10th term is A plus 9D, and their sum is 34. I get another equation, equation number 2. Simultaneously solve them, get rid of A, get the value of D. You can use fraction values also allowed. Substitute and get the value of A. And once you have A and D, you can solve whatever they've asked. What have they asked? First 3 terms. Okay. First term is of obviously minus 0.5 because A is the first term. Second term formula is A plus D. Third term formula is A plus 2D. Isn't it? N minus 1. I did it mentally. Substitute the values of A and D and get the second and third term as well. So the first 3 terms are minus half, 2 and 4.5 or 9 upon 2. Hi students. If you found this video useful, press the like button. Also to enroll for my online lectures or online test series, email me or message me on Instagram. Check the description for more information.